Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYNT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. The candidates have spoken, and now it is up to you, the voters, to decide. Attorney General Andy Beshear spent much of the day with supporters in Western Kentucky, while Governor Matt Bevin was joined by President Trump and thousands of others at a rally in Rupp Arena. That's where we begin our Election Eve team coverage tonight with WYNT's Will Puckett and Connor James in Lexington.
Welcome outside a chilly now Rupp Arena, and Connor, we heard about an hour and 20 minutes worth of a president's speech.
Filled with quite a few topics too, Will.
Yeah, definitely from start to finish, a whole host of topics, Connor, but he made it clear why he's in the Commonwealth.
That the Republican Party, you know what we stand for, but you see what's happening with the Democrats. They have gone crazy. The do-nothing Democrats.
But despite bringing in national politics, the president made it clear why he is here.
Tomorrow, Kentucky has a chance to send the radical Democrats a message. You will vote to reject the Democrats' extremism.
He covered the election in his belief that the Commonwealth has to vote a straight Republican ticket.
These proud Kentucky patriots did not shed their blood, sweat, and tears so that we could sit at home while others try to erase their legacy and destroy their magnificent heritage.
He outlined the entire Republican slate up for election Tuesday, but came back to stress the need to elect one man over any other.
I say, Matt, do I have to do it? Please, please. But isn't that really what you wanted, a governor? That's what you want.
His friendship with Governor Bevin is well documented, and his campaign says it's good for Kentucky.
It's a strong working relationship. It's very important because the president on the federal level can institute pro-growth policies, lower taxes, more money in the paychecks of the average voter in Kentucky.
While he believes it is vital, we will find out if Kentucky voters feel the same.
So that's the scene that was inside Rupp Arena. Connor, as people exited, what was that like?
A very similar scene, a lot of very excited people. And you know, one of the things we were listening to is a lot of people came out with the sense of, yeah, I'm going to be voting Republican tomorrow. More than 20,000 people packed Rupp Arena to see the president speak and campaign for Republicans in the area.
Just to see our president of the United States, you know, just right in front of us, we're like, oh, wow, this is just so amazing. Wouldn't you say, Kevin?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Some who attended say Monday night's speech by the president did indeed help Governor Bevin, and at a crucial time.
I would think so, yeah. I'm a Bevin fan, so.
Others say they made a day out of the event. Brandy Craze brought her daughter Jenna Lee out and used it as a teaching moment.
Pretty cool to get to see the president.
Yeah, we brought the whole family. We came up early this morning and just wanted to spend the day and show our support for the president, and we're glad he's here.
As you can see there, Will, a lot of excitement. Now we're going to have to see, will that translate over to the voting polls?
Yep, polls open at 6 o'clock. They close at 6. That's all from President Trump's rally here at Rupp Arena. He's Connor James. I'm Will Puckett. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Connor, Will, thank you very much. You can watch President Trump's entire speech on our website, WYNT.com. Well, not everyone in Lexington was excited about the presidential visit. Groups of protesters were downtown for hours, from the infamous baby Trump balloon to hundreds gathering in Triangle Park. Protesters say they wanted to send a message that there is some blue in this red state.
It's really exciting. It really does show that definitely the people that don't support Trump are from a wide variety of backgrounds.
Many of the protesters stayed during the president's speech. Many had different reasons for being there, including people from the vaping industries after President Trump proposed a ban of flavored e-cigarettes. Attorney General Andy Beshear spent the last day on the campaign trail stumping in Western Kentucky. Joined by other Democrats on the ballot, Beshear is pushing for a change in the governor's office. He was also joined by former primary rival Rocky Adkins. WKYT's Hillary Thornton spent the day with the Beshear campaign.
Well, after a long day out on the road with several rallies out in rural Western Kentucky, Andy Beshear is back home here in Louisville, wrapping up his campaign with an appreciation event for volunteers and supporters here at Mile Wide Brewery. They started the final day in Paducah, Beshear knocking on his campaign's 1 millionth door.
It says this campaign is bigger than me. It's about all those Kentucky families that have been left out and left behind.
From there, traveling to Hopkinsville to spend some time with supporters there and to grab a coffee. Then it was on to Greenville, where the candidates addressed an energetic crowd. In their final rally of this campaign, they were met with a packed crowd in Bowling Green.
I was raised with those same Kentucky values, those West Kentucky values that you were.
Alongside them in this home stretch is Beshear's father, former Governor Steve Beshear, who does call Western Kentucky home, as well as his primary challenger, House Minority Leader Rocky Adkins. We talked exclusively to the one-time opponents together out on the campaign trail.
Andy will focus in on the urban areas of the state to keep those economic engines, but he's looked me in the eye and he said, I'll guarantee you this, when I'm governor, we will focus, and rural Kentucky will have a seat at the table when it comes to creating a new economy, new hope, new opportunity. You know where I'm from? Eastern Kentucky, just like here in West Kentucky, we're seeing a depopulation of rural Kentucky, and that's wrong. It's time for us to stand up for all of Kentucky.
This governor judges our prosperity by how he and his wealthy buddies are doing it. I'm going to judge our prosperity on how our families are doing. I'm going to fight for every single Kentuckian because we all count.
This does obviously wrap up all of the campaign events. We are told Beshear and his wife will be voting early in the morning. They then will watch the results come in here in Louisville. For now in Louisville, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Andy Beshear and the statewide Democratic candidates and Governor Bevin and the statewide Republican candidates will both be in Louisville tomorrow night, and we will have reporters at both camps. Later in the newscast, we'll show you some of WKYT's exclusive one-on-one interview with President Trump just before the rally tonight in Lexington. Well, right now we're asking on WYMT.com who you plan on voting for in our live poll. Now, this is not scientific, but as you can see, it's very close right now, which is what other statewide polls have also suggested. 47% to 46% on our poll right now, with Governor Bevin just the very slight edge. Although you can also see several people still say they are undecided with just hours to go before Election Day. We want to remind you the polls will be open from 6 a.m. until 6 p.m. tomorrow. You can visit govoteky.com to find your voting location and see a sample ballot. After you vote, stick with WYMT on air and online for results as soon as the polls close. We will also have a special report at 7 o'clock tomorrow night with the very latest.
I've seen a few clouds here and there throughout the day, but overall it's been a nice day here in the mountains, a little bit on that warmer side. We'll go ahead and take you up to Interstate 64 in Moorhead, where you're seeing just pretty calm night. Saw a few clouds here and there, but overall seeing those mostly clear skies. Starting to cool off though, those 30s down into Harlan, Middlesboro, and Jonesville. 40s for the rest of us though, still in the 50s if you're looking up into Prestonsburg and over into Moorhead. You can see a few clouds that we've seen throughout the day, some rain chances to our northwest, and we could see a few stray rain chances as we head into tomorrow, but most of us will drop into the upper 30s to lower 40s tonight, mostly clear skies, and could see a stray rain chance for tomorrow, but overall looking like a pretty good day. More sunshine in store as we head into your Wednesday. Also tracking a cold front that'll move in by the end of the week, bring us rain and those very cold temperatures. I'll have more on that coming up in just a little bit.
All right, thank you, Paige. The Laurel County Sheriff needs your help identifying a person of interest in a robbery. Take a look at your screen. Deputies say the robbery happened at Dollar General on West Laurel Road around 3 o'clock this afternoon. They say the suspect took cell phones and assaulted an employee. If you know who this is or if you have any information, you should call the Laurel County Sheriff's Office. Officials with the Knox County Sheriff's Department say someone robbed the A&B Quick Stop on Route 11 in Knox County early Sunday morning. Police say the suspect stole close to $3,000 from the store clerk. Officials also say this is not the first time this convenience store has been targeted.
It's kind of out in sort of a secluded area. It's out in the county, and response time for us is kind of, if we're not in the area, it kind of takes a while to get there, and people know that.
Officials are asking those who live nearby to check cameras to see if they have footage of the car used in the robbery. They are still working to identify the suspect. Police in a southern Kentucky town want to know who may have laced some Halloween candy with marijuana. Parents say when their children opened candy after trick-or-treating Saturday night in one Williamsburg neighborhood, it smelled of marijuana. Those parents immediately flushed the candy down the toilet and called police. They say it's under investigation where the child got the candy and who may be to blame. Police say they believe it was an isolated incident and they received no other complaints, but they encourage all parents to check their children's candy.
Because you never know. You know, these days and times, it's sad. I mean, it's really sad to even think that something like that would happen.
The mayor says reports they received of laced candy being sold at one of their discount stores was proven to be false. The East Ridge High School auditorium in Pike County was packed tonight as the Pray Anyway rally kicked off. Pike County students and community members gathered to hear from students and guest preacher Greg Locke. WYMT's Buddy Forbes spoke to students who say they are still in awe of the response their initiative has received.
When an organization in Washington, D.C. told them to take down the prayer locker in each of their schools.
My original idea for the prayer locker was to just help people out that I thought needed that little extra something to get them through their day.
Students in Pike County say the battle for their religious freedoms began.
Like people are always trying to bring Christians down. We just need to keep fighting for what we believe in. We just need to keep standing up for God.
They took the opportunity to start a Pray Anyway movement.
Especially in today's society, that teenagers, it's not cool to stand up for Jesus. It's not the norm. It's not the thing that you do. And I think by starting this, so many people are going to be able to have a voice.
Opening multiple student prayer lockers, then inviting the community into their schools, where it all began.
You know, the devil came in and took that away from us. And when the devil takes us away, God's going to open another door for us.
With preaching and praise, they shared their mission through a student-led Pray Anyway rally. And they say the packed house was a blessing.
God was here. God was really here. He was moving people.
But they believe it is just one piece.
And I think it's the beginning of a revolution.
Of a larger movement. In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT, Mountain News.
The students say they hope more FCA groups and churches will get involved in the Pray Anyway challenge. Open enrollment for the 2019 Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, or LIHEAP, began today. This program helps families in need of heating assistance across Kentucky. LKLP officials say they are prepared to help the anticipated 4,000 or more applicants in their region this winter.
I don't think anyone really understands exactly how many people this helps and how many homes are kept warm each winter because of this.
Everyone that meets the eligibility requirements receives a benefit in the form of a voucher. LKLP anticipates more than 4,000 applicants. Enrollment ends on December 13th. Coming up at 11, President Donald Trump talked exclusively with our sister station WKYT before tonight's rally at Rupp. Hear what they discussed. And later, a cargo ship arrived at the International Space Station. We'll tell you about the interesting item it brought to space.
And we'll track our next weather maker, expected to arrive by the end of the work week, coming up.